This is the VEVOR 20V Cordless String Trimmer. Today I'm going to give you my honest opinion as we review this product together. That's right, folks, I'm Buck Weezer, and welcome to another video on Buck's Small Engine DIY, where we put the do into do-it-yourself. Now, this is not a repair video, it's going to be a review video of this 20V cordless string trimmer made by VEVOR. Now, I want you to know, first of all, that I'm not receiving any financial compensation for making this review video. The only thing I've received is they sent me the product. They sent me the string trimmer at no cost, and I don't suppose they'll be asking me to send it back when I'm done the video. So that's all I'm receiving, except maybe also just having my ego stroked to think that there's somebody out there that cares about my opinion, or thinks that I've got enough influence on the YouTube that people will even watch it. But if this is something that can be of interest to you, I invite you to stay tuned as I go over the features of this VEVOR 20V string trimmer. When we get to the end of it, if you want to buy one, there's a link in the description. It's not my Amazon affiliate link, it's VEVOR's link. So again, I'm not getting anything from this, and so I'm just going to be honest with what I think. Are you ready to get started on the review? Let's go. Well, I guess we'll get started with an unboxing. Here is the package exactly as it arrived at my door, with the VEVOR brand name on the side. Tough Tools, half price. Of interest to me is the information right here on the end. Hopefully you can see this okay. So we got the cordless grass trimmer, 20V DC, auto feed, cutting swath diameter 300 millimeters, which is about 12 inches. And there's two options here. They're both 20 volt, but the one has a 2 amp hour battery and the other has a 4 amp hour battery. And it looks like I've received the one with the 2 amp hour battery. Up here, I don't know if you can see my computer screen, but I've got the Amazon listing for this product, and the price is $79.99. That's for the 2 amp hour battery. And for $82.99, you can get a 4 amp hour battery. So for just $3 more, you can get a battery that should last you twice as long. And that to me would be very much worth an extra $3. Alright, so here's the VEVOR store address. Made in China. Now that's not a surprise to anyone. This is, but before we let that predispose us to say that this is junk or low quality, we're going to give it a fair shot. Alright, so let's get on with the unboxing. And there it is. There's our instruction booklet, and I'm going to look at that thoroughly so I can evaluate that part of it too. Everything seems okay. Not a lot in this box in terms of padding. One of these at each end is all. Got a couple spools of the trimmer line. Our battery charger. I guess this is the battery itself. So the battery comes in a separate box and well padded. So yeah, we got the 20 volt 2 amp hour battery. I think that the 4 amp hour battery would be like twice as thick as this, based on what I saw online. And then we have a couple of components that we'll have to use. We'll refer to the instructions to to assemble it properly. But there it is. Mostly plastic, no surprise. Looks like it's already got string loaded in here. But that's it. Alright, well I took about 15 or 20 minutes to read through the cordless grass trimmer instruction manual. A lot of times one of the things that frustrates consumers with products made in China is that the instructions are often unreadable or unintelligible because they seem to have been written by someone for whom English is not their first language. But I'm happy to tell you that these are entirely readable and that I really had no trouble understanding any of them. And I read the whole thing. Now the first 10 pages or so seem to be generic safety information that is written and applicable to a wide variety of power tools, not just the cordless string trimmer that we're reviewing today. Once you get to page 11, that is when the instructions become very specific to our particular product, the cordless string trimmer. And I read them all. They're very understandable and clear, and I recommend that you look at these. Even though reading is not something that's very popular today, it's very helpful. These were very clear to understand. I have to mention that I did get a chuckle out of one thing in the environmental protection section where it suggested do not trim grass at lunchtime, at night, or on Sundays and holidays. Okay, so they don't want you to be a good neighbor and not be a bother to your those who live nearby you. But all in all, it's a pretty good manual. I want to turn our attention now to the battery and battery pack. The battery does not come charged from the factory, so I'm going to plug it in and we're going to see how long it takes to charge it up on its initial charge. Alright, so we're charging. We got the blinking green light, and I think these lights here should light up as it's charged. Well, we'll see. Got the stopwatch running, and we'll see how long it takes to charge it up. Alright, our green light has stopped blinking, and it's been about 51 minutes. I actually went upstairs to grab my lunch, so I'm not sure exactly how long it's been, but I guess we can stop that. That seems like a long time to charge up the battery, if I do admit that. I thought these lights were going to illuminate, but maybe they just tell you the status of the battery when it's in the tool. But since it stopped blinking, I'm going to take that as a sign that it's now fully charged and ready to go. Well, here we are with the product, the string trimmer, on my desk. And I just wanted to go over some things before we take it outside and use it. I had it fully assembled and ready to go in about 30 seconds. That's all it took. I simply had to slide on the string guard, and it clips into place very easily. So let me give you some of the features about this string trimmer that I've observed so far. I have it right now extended at the fullest length, and it's about 48 or 50 inches from top to bottom. And it's very simple to adjust the length of it, so let me show you that real quick. Simply unscrewing this connector, you can slide it in. Of course, this is too short to use, and to me, I think the only comfortable length is going to be with it as fully extended as it can go. This head has got 4 different positions. You can flip it down like this, and then if necessary get down on your knees and get easily under bushes or something like that. Another thing that's kind of cool about this is not just this movement of swivel, but you can send the trimming head 90 degrees in either direction. Pull back on this button, turn it 90 degrees like that, or like that. And the reason this is useful is if you want to use the feature where you're able to trim along curbs or sidewalks. So with the head at a 90-degree angle like this, I'll be able to trim where along the edge of the curb or sidewalk. And I'm looking forward to trying that out. And then because you've got these wheels here on which it can roll and stay at the right height. Should say we also have this bar that comes out to keep you from getting too close to certain things, which is also a decent feature. I should mention also that this handle right here, it has different positions. You just squeeze the orange buttons on the side and move it to whatever works good for you. And getting the trimmer going is not difficult. It's a matter of pushing the button on the side, left side or right side, and then pulling the trigger underneath. You can't pull the trigger unless you push this button in. That's a safety feature. And that's how it works. The cat wants to go outside. Hold on, Freddy. Well, I wanted to see how easy it would be to change out the spool of string once it comes, once you need to do that. And this, of course, will be self-feeding. It'll come out as far as this. This will cut it at the right length all the time. And it should be self-feeding whenever you turn it on. But let's pretend it's time to change out this spool. The tool comes with 3 preloaded spools. Once you work through these, I guess you're going to have to wind string yourself onto these spools. So it's a matter of squeezing both sides, the 2 tabs, and pulling it up. Then I think this spool just pulls right out, like so. And putting in a new spool is just the opposite. String goes through the hole, and spool goes down, cover goes back on. Well, that was pretty easy. What did that take us, about 15 or 30 seconds? I like things that are easy to use. So, having gone over the tool's main features here on my desk, on our workbench, I think we're ready to take the tool out and see how it works. Tomorrow I'm going over to another property that we own, and it's got a small lawn, needs to be cut, and we're going to use this to test it out there. So I look forward to seeing you then. like that feature. It's pretty nice. Well, after about 20 minutes of use, I can feel the battery weakening. The machine has a little less power than it did, so it probably is time for a battery charge. And it did a super job right here along the edge of the sidewalk. Very happy with that. But I guess if I want to continue, I'm going to have to put it back on the battery charger. Well, we're done here today, and the yard looks nice, and that is in part due to the 20-volt cordless VEVOR string trimmer. I think normally when I mow, a 20-minute runtime would have been enough to do the edging and the weed whacking here, but I was just getting familiar with the new tool and putting it through its paces, so I think it's probably why it took a little longer than usual. But it looks good, and I'm satisfied that the tool would be really adequate for a property such as I have here for the edging and the weed whacking that's required. Alright, well, you've seen now how the 20-volt VEVOR string trimmer works and does a pretty good job as we used it this afternoon. So let me just give you some final thoughts to wrap it up. I think you have to realize what it is and what it isn't, and let it be what it is and not expect it to be what it isn't. It isn't a professional grade string trimmer that you would use on a large property or for your business. It is an affordable string trimmer that's perfect for a homeowner who's doing his lawn care by himself or herself and can get some good results on their own property. Let me give some pros and cons. So I'll start with the cons. First of all, the long charge time was a little bit discouraging. It took like 50 minutes to charge a battery. Then halfway through using it today, I had to stop and charge it up again. So that's kind of a downer if you don't have two batteries, or if you don't have the longer, the 4 amp hour battery. I don't know if replacement batteries are available from VEVOR. It'd be nice to have 2 of them. Battery runtime of 20 minutes is a little bit, well, it's okay, but again, if you don't finish within 20 minutes and you can feel the tool getting weaker, then you got to stop and charge it up again. So that's a little inconvenient. I think overall the tool lacks the feeling of durability. It's okay, but it's super light, a lot of plastic, thin aluminum, and it just doesn't have the feel of durability. And obviously, as I've already said, it just has a lot less power than a gas weed whacker or some of the battery powered ones of a higher voltage. It is what it is, but it's not what it's not, and that's important to keep in mind. Here are the pros, and I think these are really, really good features. It's lightweight and easy to use. My wife saw the VEVOR string trimmer. She said, "Ooh, that looks like I could handle that one." She doesn't like the big heavy ones. She doesn't like the gas powered ones. They're too awkward. She insisted on trying out the VEVOR 20-volt string trimmer before I do this review, because she wanted to give her opinion, and you get the thumbs up from the wife because it's so lightweight and easy to use. It's easy to set it up. It's easy to restring it when you need to do that. It's easy to operate. Can't ask for much more than that. My favorite feature that I've not seen anywhere else is the 90-degree pivoting head for sidewalk edging. I really liked using that feature. That was perfect for what I was doing today. So I haven't seen that anywhere else. So thumbs up to the VEVOR people for that particular innovation. And those are my thoughts. Again, it is what it is, and it's not what it's not. And as long as you understand that, you can make a wise decision. If you want to get yourself one of these, use the link in the description. I think you'll be getting your money's worth. I thank the VEVOR people for giving me the opportunity to use the product and to share my thoughts with all of you. Your comments and questions are welcome in the discussion below. Remember, as we always say here on Buck Small Engine DIY, that only you can put the do into do it yourself. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.